County and then Tottenham and then Celtic.
I have Ross County, yes.
It feels like a huge week coming up, though. Is it fair to call it that, and one that could shape the way the club feels about itself for some time?
I get that same question in August already. So it's every time the same. Every time the same. Next game. So yes, major one against Ross County. We know they have a very good reputation at home. We've seen also really good teams having to fight until the last minutes to get results there or to lose points there. So we know what we will face, and we know we need to play a really good game to get to 3 points there. I'm happy with the dynamic in the team. I want to see confirmation of that again in Ross County, and I will push on that every time, every time the next couple of months, the next couple of weeks, with the group, that there's no satisfaction feeling. I don't have the feeling today also when the boys came in, and but you need to play a really good game to win against them.
You spoke about that mentality after the game on Wednesday night in terms of going into the games going forward. Will you learn quite a lot about the players and going into a very different challenge?
Yes, that's all those things, and that's a really good question. So we have a lot of new players in the building, so you know them from a lot of video, a lot of games that they played, so you know them in a certain way, but they play sometimes in different systems, in other way of football. So you need to see through that and see, okay, those are the qualities, those are the weaknesses. Can they make the squad better or not? Do they have potential for now directly, or is it for a longer future? And when we work with that, we can bring them to a level that's good enough for Rangers, or a level that's higher than that. So you need to take that everything in account. But then it's the personal matter also. And then you have talks with them individually. I try to be really open and honest always about that. I never want a player coming into the building and after 1 month saying to me, "Oh, Gaffer, but that you didn't tell me. I'm surprised about that." So I want to avoid that. So I'm really clear, really open about the positives and the more difficult points about being here. So that's a talk, and everybody who's in the building, who comes into the building, they said, "Yeah, I want that." But then you need to do it also.
Are the players almost playing for this? No, they will want to play against Spurs, they want to play against Celtic, but they have to earn it by playing well against Ross County?
No, they need players who don't want to play against Ross County or against Dumbarton in the Cup will never enter this building for me. If I feel that in a talk, never, because this club is not only about playing against Celtic and against Tottenham, it's all these other games also, because that's the way you can win trophies, otherwise never. So I want that mentality in my squad. And not only in the games, but also in the trainings. If I see players who don't want to win, they cannot play games. So that's the fundamental of being a professional football player, and for sure being a player in a winning team. If you have that mentality, you can never reach your goals.
How difficult is it for new players coming here from terms of that mentality? I think Robin Cropper said last week he was quite surprised at Scottish football and he was still adapting to it.
Yeah, it's challenging for some more than for other. It depends also where you come from, your personality. But Robin is just 3 months in the building also. We cannot forget that. So it's a natural process in that way. I remember, I don't know if you know the player, but if you look up, you will see that he made a really good career, Carlos Bacca. We had him in Bruges when I was under 21 coach. So he was bought, and we had a coach that moment, and I remember this moment really well. I was in a meeting room with the scouts about my group of players and getting new talents in, and he bursted into the room, totally angry, and saying with his finger, I will never forget this, "Which one of you but this player or said this player is good. Even my grandmother is better than this player. Carlos Bacca was 3 months in the building that moment. And he was really not good in the training. He was really not good. I think it was a little bit exaggeration about the grandmother, but he was really not good. He was not good. He needed time to adapt. But after 6-8 months, he became the best player of the team. And I think after the second year, he became top scorer. Anyway, he left for Villarreal and he played Sevilla, AC Milan. He was a really good player, but he needed time to adapt. And it's for sure people coming from other culture. Like for Conor Barron coming to Rangers, he knows also what Rangers is about. But you need to see also how much things cost, and you need to make decisions around that. So you need to give them time, but giving them time doesn't mean that they can sit and relax and okay, I need time, and they don't push themselves every day. So we push them to know the culture, to know the demands of this club, to know the demands of the fans, to know the demands of the football, and that they learn out of their mistakes.
Robbie and Oscar are back, and Philippe, is Dujon Sterling available again?
Yes, also. Yeah.
How is Tom Lawrence?
Tom Lawrence is still individual work. Is on schedule for the moment. So in that way, only him and Nana are out from the squad, and the rest is available for training. Dujon was shortly out, so that's another story then with Rabbi and Oscar, who are longer time out. So we need to see with them.
You were at the meeting yesterday. You listened to the fans. You listened to the directors. What was the impression you took of where the club is now and where they want to get to?
That's a difficult one, because it's not about that meeting. I know what the fans want, and I want that also. That's why I'm here. That's why I stayed also, to win trophies. We are in the beginning of not the total beginning, but we are at the start of a totally new story with a lot of new people in the building, not only in the sportive side, but also on the non-sportive side. So we're not there where we want to be, for sure, but that needs time and work, and a lot of hard work. And I see a lot of hard work done. I see also the progression in the team. I see also the progression next to the team. For example, after my talks that I had with Patrick. The club is not where it wants to be at this moment of time, but I see a lot of people who want to take the club in the right direction and to work hard for that. So in that way, the positive side is there's a lot of room for improvement and to make things better. So and everybody's busy with that.
Last one, then. But I was going to say, did you feel encouraged or optimistic from what you heard? Do you feel optimistic after you heard what John Gilligan and the rest had to say?
I'm optimistic about what I see in the squad, how everybody's working. We didn't speak yet about the budget for January, so that's going to be interesting also. And I'm focused on that. All these other things, because there are a lot of things discussed, for example, about the stadium and all these things. I'm totally not involved in that way. So that's also not my job in this club. So I'm focused on the sportive side. I see that, and I knew it would be a really, really tough challenge to start this project in that way, that we had to do with so many players leaving and not money coming in, and getting then the young talents and working with them to make them better to the level where we want to get with Rangers. So I knew it would be tough, but I see also, and you guys see also, the improvement with all the squads. So we're going to continue in that way, working hard on that to get to the level where we want to get. But it's not something that you can say, okay, we do 2 trainings and it's there. That's impossible, whoever you put in front of the group.
Thanks, everyone.
Please.
Cheers.